everyone, welcome to my channel Gardening with Nvart. So today I'm going to talk about spring bulbs that I've ordered online that I'm going to plant into the garden, and I thought it would be the easiest way to do this is to kind of show you everything that I have for this spring season that it's going to go into the garden. So there are a lot, not so many of the varieties, but there's quite a bit of it. And some of the plants that I'm going to plant this spring are actually new to me. So I'm kind of excited to try some new plants. Let me know if any of you are if you're familiar with any of the plants that I have here that I'm going to show you. But today is a really rainy day outside, and I think it's going to rain all day long. Some of the plants that I have that are already sprouting in the bags that are not bulbs, they're basically roots. They really need to be planted as soon as possible, even possibly today. We'll see if I have any break during the rain. If I get any break today from rain, I'm going to run outside and at least plant some of the ones that immediately needs to go into the ground. And then I have some dahlias that I wanted to share with you what I have for this year. This year I'm not going to plant lots of dahlias. I think I really love dahlias. I think they were beautiful, and I did lots of cut arrangements, you know, for ourselves, just for the house. Last few seasons that I planted dahlias. Last year I really struggled with them. I think some of them got really tall, and it was very hard for me to stake them. And if you guys know any easy way to stake dahlias, because I kind of like planting dahlias in a flower beds with all my other flowers versus just a separate place, and I don't have anywhere ready just to plant dahlias separately, you know, to like have a post with fence type things where you can where we can stake them easily. So I really am not into that, but I really like dahlias to be in my flower beds, and sometimes it's a real struggle for me to go ahead and stake them with bamboo shoots or supports or some other supports. We'll see. But what I'm trying to do this year is not to plant any dahlias that are more than 1 meter. I have two varieties of dahlias that I'm going to plant that are a little over, I think it's 1 meter 20 centimeters tall, but they are really pretty ones, and I decided that I do want them in my garden, therefore I decided I have to deal with them. But anyway, if you have a good way of, or you know, any way that it works for you, that you're supporting dahlias in flower beds, let me know, because I'm looking for some way that would be easier. So, because dahlias also have several shoots coming up, I probably have to stake all of them. Anyway, I struggled last year, and staking in a garden is not my strong side. I love doing everything else, but I just really don't like staking, and I'm not very good at it either. I think that's probably why I don't really like staking, because every time I stake, you know, 2 days later they don't look right, or they keep flopping again. I don't know. I just really don't like staking. But but I'm doing it because, you know, that's just, you have to do what you have to do. So anyway, let's talk about what I have today. Let me show you what I ordered that are not picturesque. Like I don't have pictures, and they're all in the computer. And I wanted to show you that I ordered two types of salvias in my garden. And as I told you guys before, that in my previous videos, that I'm looking for plants that are more of a companion plants to roses and hydrangeas and dahlias, because dahlias get really tall, roses get really tall. But I had some black and blue dahlias, black and blue salvias in my garden. They got really tall, and they started kind of smothering all the roses. So what I'm trying to do is choose companion plants that are not as tall, so maybe around 50 to 60 centimeter tall, and that way the roses and all the, you know, main plants that I love so much, you know, the roses and dahlias and hydrangeas, etc., they will stay taller. And some of the companion plants, I'm hoping to keep it shorter, and that way they will kind of accompany the larger plants and showy blooms, but not overtake them. And so otherwise it just becomes jungle and it just doesn't look nice to me. So I'm trying a new way to plant this year. And so I ordered salvias, and I wanted to show you these two varieties of salvias. One is called Salvia Pink Beauty, and it has this beautiful kind of a dark pink kind of fuchsia color, which is going to be really pretty, I think. And they get about 50 centimeters tall, but they are, I think they are pretty hardy. I need to see how hardy they are. I think they are pretty hardy. Let's see. In this site, they don't really say how hardy they are, because they're in Europe. Here we mostly have a warmer weather in a lot of areas, but it gets about 30 to 50 centimeters tall. I'll look up and I'll do some research and let you know the hardy zones on this one, but it is really pretty, I think. Let me see, it has another picture maybe, so you can see it's beautiful. And I think 30 to 50 centimeter is great. I have several of those that I'm going to kind of hopefully group them together in a certain areas, in the pockets of places. And then I also ordered this particular salvia, which is very exciting to me. I think this is going to be really pretty. This one called Salvia Dark Night, and it has a nice deep color of blue, it looks like. I think this is going to be beautiful as well. So I have several of these ones, and this dahlia goes up to, let's see, about 30 to 50 centimeters in height, which is really nice. It's not going to overtake all the tall plants and etc. So then and then I wanted to show you the geranium. I have a new hardy geranium this year, which is going to be pretty. Let me find that really quick here. I think this geranium is really pretty. I purchased several, three or four of this geranium called Ann Thompson. Ann Thompson is has this beautiful pink, dark pink, lavender pink color with dark eyes and dark black veins that goes into the petals. I think this is really beautiful too. So this one gets about, let's see, height of about 30 to 50 centimeters tall, and it has pretty long blooming time, I believe. So this is one variety that I wanted to try, I'm really excited to try in my garden. And this company that I order from, I think they are located or based out of UK, and they are really good. I've been very happy with every time I purchased from them. So they send very healthy plants. Like this particular one is a lily, and I wanted to show you this lily that I got from them. This is a really interesting one as well. Let me find this really quick. Lilies. And this one is the purple prince. Here. I think this is a beautiful lily. So this one called purple prince, and I think I have three, because you see $6.75 for 3 bulbs. That's a pretty good price. And these guys go up quite a bit. They get quite tall, I think. Let's see, these guys get about meter to meter 20 in tall, so I think they will be really pretty. They probably need some staking. more than likely, but I think they will be really pretty. And so look at this. I wanted to show you size of these bulbs for these lilies are huge. Look, they're already starting to sprout. I have to get them into the ground as fast as I can. Look how healthy they are, and they're really, really big. So a couple of other dahlias that I wanted to show you what I ordered. Now dahlias, I purchased only very few, but quite a bit of them. So I went ahead with Cafe au lait variety this year. They had several different varieties of Cafe au lait, and I think by accident I had one in my garden, and I didn't even know it was called Cafe au lait a while back when I purchased that. Then I realized that it was. But I really like them because they don't get too tall. They get pretty nice and manageable size, but they're actually quite strong. They have a stronger stems, I think, than others. They don't really flop everywhere, and they're a little easier to stake for me for some reason. I don't know. So I went ahead and but they also have a really pretty flowers and large, beautiful flowers. So I wanted to show you. So decorative dahlias varieties. In this category, I have purchased several. So I have this one. This is not Cafe au lait. This one is a Dahlia Penhill Watermelon. But I heard really good things about this one, about this Dahlia. So I'm excited to try it. It has a beautiful sunset colors. This other variety called Tartan, I think I have this one as well, which is a new kind of bicolor variety for me. I'm excited to try that. I have all the Cafe au lait varieties. So I have the Royal, Cafe au lait Royal, and Cafe au lait Twist. I have the Twist. I also purchased this one called Penhill Dark Monarch, which I'm excited about. I think this is going to be really beautiful as well. And I think this Penhill Dark Monarch goes a little higher than 1 meter, but it's not a problem. We'll just have to deal with that. Hopefully, it's not going to be a big problem. And but I think it will be worth it because they're very beautiful. So, and also I ordered a Café au lait rosier. Café au lait rosier, and that's a very pretty variety, I think, as well. Then let's go back to dahlias, and I'll show you. I have a couple of other varieties that I'm excited. This one I'm very excited about. Now this one, if you guys are familiar, let me know if you had this one. But I did see in some of the different videos, and I think they're going to be beautiful. It's sold out right now. It's called Myrtle's Folly. This is a beautiful dahlia, I think. And in fact, let's see. Let's go here really quick and see. If they have other pictures, see how beautiful this is. But what is so attractive about this particular dahlia, they don't go very high. They are going to be 70 to 1 meter tall, which is going to be very manageable size, I think, for me in a flower bed, so they don't get super tall and flop over. So a couple of other, and I also ordered one more variety, which I had last year, and I fell in love with that. And that is an Orchid Dahlia variety, from Orchid Dahlia variety, and this one, or category, and this one called Hanka Block. This one I did love very much. I really enjoyed them, and I have several of these. They don't get super tall, but they do dance around in between other plants intertwined with them, and they're just very pretty with their dark petals and the beautiful yellow centers. So anyway, these are the dahlias that I wanted to show you that I ordered for this year, and I think I'm going to just stick with these dahlias, and I'm not going to get any more this year, and then just manage whatever I have. Some of the tall ones I did remove, unfortunately, and gave it away because they were just getting too big. Anything that was manageable, I've kept them. So So anyway, and then let's just talk about really quick all these other ones that other bulbs that I have for this spring. Now some of them I purchased from the stores. In a Lidl we had amazing sale. It was like $1.50 for a bag of plants, of like one bag of 3, which was unbelievable prices, and I couldn't pass that. So I went ahead, got a whole bunch of Narines, I planted them last year. Now I think they're also called Naked Lady in some areas because they come out without their leaves, but they're so beautiful. They come up in the spring, and they get about they get about 50 to 60 centimeter tall and about 30 centimeter wide. Now they bloom in this around September, the end of the summer, which is really nice because at that time we're kind of everything's starting to wind down. But Narines are just really beautiful. I think they are called. I think their hardy zones are 7 or 8. They're not plants for the colder zones. They are tender plants for the zone, I think 7 and 8. Then they also don't like sitting in the water very much. So usually if you plant them, they need to be planted almost about, a little more than half maybe into the ground, but to make sure that they drain fast because they don't like sitting in the water. So I have several of these Narines, which I'm really excited to spread them, and they do like sun. This is a new plant for me. I'm not familiar with them at all, but they looks like they really need to be planted as soon as possible. This called Orthogal Saundersy. I don't know how to say this. And I've seen them in the magazines. They are very interesting to me. They're quite large. I hope you can see them. And let me know if you're familiar with these plants or you've planted them in your areas. These are all new for me. But look at the size of this bulb. It looks so interesting. They're huge. So I'm going to plant, and I think they are perennial at my zone. For my zone, they do get about meter tall, 100 centimeters, and they can be in a sun or partial shade. They don't like. I think they're like zone 8 or 9. They don't like being. They are not cold hardy plants at all, but they will come back in my area because I'm zone 8B. I have a Gloxinia, hardy Gloxinias. I planted them last year. I really, really liked them. I don't know if they will come back. Don't see any signs of them coming back yet, but it's probably a little early for them. Last year was the first time that I had tried these plants, and when they bloomed they were beautiful, but their leaves are very much like fern leaves. They're very beautiful. I think they have different varieties like pinks and whites and maybe reds, I'm not sure, but I found them again in the store the other day and I wanted to get more of them. I believe they take sun or part shade, and they just become really beautiful. They look like a fern clump, and then all these beautiful flowers just come up, look like Gloxinias. So very excited about this one. And another new plant that I'm going to try this year is these guys, and they're already sprouting as well. They called Ismini, I'm not sure, but Sulfur Queen. I'm excited about this one too. They look really, really pretty. They have large bulbs, and they do come back in my zone. Every year. They will be perennial for me. They will be about 50 to 60 centimeter tall and about 15 centimeter wide. So they will bloom in May and June. So May, June is their blooming time. But they do look beautiful, don't you think? Look at those beautiful creamy petals with just very unique. They have a very unique shape. I really like them. So we'll plant. I have a few of those and see how it's just always fun to experiment with new plants and kind of learn about them. And you know, we don't learn until we really plant them. So I'm excited. I also was able to get some oriental lilies, and this one called honeymoon. I think it's really pretty. So I decided to pop few lilies, and it has a beautiful creamy color. Buttery cream, buttery yellow, beautiful. This is another one that I'm excited to plant this year. I have several of these, and these are going to be nice companion plants to everything else. But look, they come up, they have this cute little bulbs that I can plant everywhere, pretty much. And they have, it's called Plume du Kansas, I think. So I've seen them, some people grow. I really have no experience with them, but it's supposed to be 70 centimeters tall and sun or partial, they like sun or partial shade. And yeah, so these are going to, I think, create a nice companion plants to the roses and you know, sunny borders, etc. I think they're very similar to some of the salvias and stuff in terms of the look. So yeah, and anyway, I have few of these that I'm going to plant this year. But for most part, all in these boxes, we have these gorgeous dahlia bulbs that I was just telling you about. Look at this size of these beautiful bulbs. They're very healthy and huge. So I'm thinking that I can probably already start planting in my area. It's starting to be warm enough now. And that's what I am going to do next few days. So I wanted to get this video done and show you everything that I have, because as soon as this rain stops, maybe tomorrow, I just need to get out there and start planting them before I lose them. I hope this video was helpful to you guys. I'm sorry it was so confusing, and some of the stuff is new that I don't have much experience with, but I will find out more as I start planting them and seeing them, how they bloom and what they are all about. And that's how we learn, when we try them. And so I will let you know how they come up, and when they do come up, we'll just go over and see how they're growing in my garden. And I hope this was helpful, and this will motivate you to get some dahlias and some summer bulbs to plant in your garden. And again, I love hearing from all of you guys. I love reading all your messages. Please message me if you have any questions about any of them. Let me know, and I will see you in my next video. And please don't forget to subscribe if you like my videos. Okay, bye-bye.